Welcome, Happy Bees, to another episode of Assassin's Creed. And I wanted to show this stuff, right, because I think it's going to be interesting. So I found one of the artifacts. I faced the Sphinx, I think that's the name. And I basically, she had riddles and I solved them. And then, yeah, she gave me, well, it defeated her, she gave me this sphere. So, I'm going to see where I need to put this. Is it that? That looks like Medusa. That looks like a bull. Yeah, I think that's the Sphinx. Yeah. It reminds the sphere that she gave me reminds me of the Apple of Eden. Just like the thing on top. I don't know why they call it like that, it's bad.
Was it hard to obtain the artifact?
Its owner had many questions for me. You should have come along.
Acquiring contemporaneity. Acquiring a voice, that's what. I'm taking over your recordings. The humans have had enough of your pompous speeches. Call me Alicia. I am truth in its revelation, and I am calling you out. You who try to rewrite the laws of the universe. You who manipulate human progress. What do you hope to achieve? You treat humans as useful apes. How many artifacts have you created to control their minds? Do you fear their potential that much? Just look at what humans have achieved on their own. Democracy and diplomacy. A legacy of culture and art. We could share in this if you just treat them as equals. In your desperate search for immortality, you've ignored the obvious. You run endless simulations to find one in which nothing changes. It's pointless. Change will come, and not just the so-called end of the world you fear. You call yourself saviors, but tell me, would this doomsday have appeared had you not pulled on the threads of the universe in the first place? I am taking over your retransmissions. You don't speak for all of us anymore. I am as ECU as you, but I will no longer be part of your exploitation.
Those who came before, they speak to us and show us revelations. Though these words of disapproval are troubling.
The gods have argued before. Athena and Poseidon competed for Athens. I wonder if Aletheia won control of this place.
Alright, that's kinda interesting, you know. The gods did not like us, well, some of them did not like us humans. And some of us, we did bits. Democracy, diplomacy, all of that had business maybe. And then Atlantis, where Aquaman rise and became king. That film was amazing. I loved it. Nina, why are you looking at me like that? Huh? What did I do to you? Oh, okay, nothing exactly. Now time. Wait. Because I think we can fast travel from there. Yeah. Where is quest actually? Wait. Home sweet home. Oh my god. Bye. Wait. Oh, I thought it was back to Kefalonia. I was like, what? No. Oh, I need to do that. Now it's time for me and my mutton to do this. And you want some? No? Alright then. Anyway, how's everyone's day been? How has everyone's day been? Mine, not too bad. Woke up like 12ish. Got work at 9 PM. So I have time.
Lamb, you made it. I trust the seas were favorable?
Poseidon might be the only one not trying to kill me.
And did you go to Thera? Did you find him?
I did.
What did he tell you?
He told me a lot of things. Icarus was once his. The doors to Atlantis need to be sealed, and something about mind-controlling artifacts. I think I left with more questions than answers.
Yes. He tends to have that effect on people.
When you and he...
Did the business, right?
Well... Did you know he was over 100 years old?
He looked young for his age. I never imagined we'd stand on Spartan soil together again.
It's strange to be back. I spent so long running from this place.
So did I. But we can't run from anything anymore.
Agreed.
Sparta is our home. But we'll have to rid ourselves of the Puppet King if we are ever to find peace.
Whatever happened to our old house?
Nikolaos stayed after I left, but now that he's gone, I don't know.
Why don't we go find out?
Of course. But first, there's something I want to show you.
Oh, Matcha can run, you know. She has pace. I have my own horse.
Move!
Of course, it's just much slow. What to do follow the road? Jeez, tactics, 10 out of 10. Oh, people do not see me and don't move out the way, you know. Alright, shut up, like, no one cares.
The closer we get to Sparta, the more memories keep flooding in.
No matter how far I ran, I never could escape them.
I know. On Naxos I could forget. It was as if I had locked Sparta in a box and lost it.
Did you put your memories of us in that box?
I wonder if it's burnt down or anything. Or who else, if someone else is living there. Okay, wrong bit.
Let's go.
What are you doing here?
This is where I first trained you to use your spear.
Hesitation only hastens the grave.
You remembered.
How do you think I got this far?
We had to pry that spear from your hand while you slept. You said you needed it to fight the monsters in your dreams.
I couldn't face Cerberus empty-handed. Those children will be ripped to shreds. We should help them.
Cassandra, wait! You mustn't interfere. This is Spartan training territory. The agoge is what turns boys into men. Interfering would only weaken them, weaken Sparta.
They're no good to Sparta if we leave them to die.
And they're no good to Sparta if they're too weak to kill a wolf. Come. Let's go home.
That's a bit deep. Where are you going? He's my best.
That training is ruthless.
Not ruthless. Effective. The best of those boys will become Cryptia, keepers of the peace and stalkers in the night.
Stalkers in the night?
There's a reason Sparta never changes. It has rules and they are strict. Spartans rule
Habibi,
Laconia,
I'm not on
but
about
most
running
of
with
the
it.
citizens are Ilotes, enslaved peasants made to work the fields and mines.
Slaves. Why don't they revolt?
Spartan fields keep them fed, and Spartan warriors keep them safe. First from the Persians, and now from the Athenians. When they forget their place, the Kryptia are ordered to keep the peace.
I see.
Most of us make great sacrifices for comfort.
Most. Not all.
Yes! Yes! Sparta!
Come on. I never thought I'd find myself back in Sparta. It looks so peaceful, despite the war raging elsewhere.
الماتر can run, you know.
Ella.
Oh, this is a journey. Nina. Oh,
Move.
hello, Habibi, come on. Like, I'm trying to wait for you.
This was the first and last place I ever felt safe.
As soon as you were old enough to hold a spear, you trained in this yard from morning till night.
Nikolaos was a tough teacher to please.
He hid his pride from you. But every night he would tell me, she's going to bring glory to Sparta.
As much as I hate him for what he did, I wouldn't be who I am today without his training.
My heart broke that day. But for the first time in ages, standing here with you, I truly believe it can mend again.
Me too.
Do you remember the first time you held your brother?
I've tried to block out what happened here.
You were so scared of breaking him. You ran around the house, gathering every pillow and blanket. You piled them all around you, and only then did you feel safe to hold him.
He was so small.
Even then, you held him so tight, I thought you would squeeze the life out of him.
He turned out stronger than we thought.
The gods must be playing tricks on my eyes.
Good to see you, Brasidas. It's been a long time since I rescued you from the warehouse fire in Corinth.
That's not how I remember it.
You look well, Brasidas.
The rumors were true. You're alive.
Many we thought to be dead are still breathing.
When I heard the two of you came home,
We're in Sparta, but we're not home yet.
We want our house back, Brasidas.
your estate was taken by Sparta when news of Nikolaos' death arrived. They're waiting for his adopted son to claim it, but he hasn't returned from the war.
Stentor? I knew I should have killed him on the beach. What do we have to do to get it back?
You'll need to negotiate your Spartan citizenship with the kings. It won't be easy.
Why not?
As happy as I am to see you, the kings won't be. Especially Archidamos. Your exit from Sparta wasn't exactly graceful.
He can't still be mad I broke his nose.
You what?
Mud.
In any case, he hasn't forgotten. But I have an idea that might help him forgive.
Tell us.
Spartan soldiers have been giving weapons to the Ilotes. Whoever takes care of these traitors will earn his thanks.
Why on earth would Spartan soldiers be helping Ilotes?
Ilotes greatly outnumber Spartan citizens, but they're leaderless, mostly farmhands, servants, and apprentices. If someone unified them, armed them, and trained them, they'd be a real threat to Sparta.
But you said it was Spartans who were arming them.
All the more reason to deal with this quickly. You find out why the Ilotes are being armed, and you'll have the king's attention.
Where will I find these Spartans?
They were last spotted in the Gorani marble quarry, in the forest of Eurotas.
And what shall I do when I find
So,
them?
I find the soldiers. Then what?
Spartans are loyal to their commander. Take him out, and the rest should disperse.
And the weapons?
Destroy them. The Elotes have caused enough trouble with shovels and sickles. The last thing Sparta needs right now is them carrying swords.
Okay,
So, to get our house back, I must take out the Spartan commander responsible for inciting a useless rebellion. Sounds easy enough.
Find me in the throne room when it's done.
And where will you be?
This is where I raised you. It's also where Leonidas raised me. I'm going to visit his tomb just beyond the estate. You should pay your respects too before you get started.
Okay.
I'll try.
I'm the one who put him down in the grave. Come on. Oh, it's multiple quests. Of course there's multiple, of course. Let's talk to Martin then. It's not like he doesn't give me XP. Ooh, that is not nice for guys. Oh, bro. Nina, what were you doing just standing there? Huh? Off to see the brave of guy.
Grandfather was a true hero. Maybe one day they'll sculpt a statue of me.
Leonidas. He was Sparta's last true hero. We'd all be under the yoke of the Persian Empire if it wasn't for his courage. The same
Monsieur
blood
Leonidas.
courses through your veins.
My blood courses through these veins. Not some man's I've never met.
Leonidas was king, Cassandra.
And yet I grew up in the dirt.
Hold out your spear.
All of this talk of the Pythia, I do not care what she says.
Enough! We have grown tired of your insolent tongue. Sparta will not go to war. The Pythia has spoken.
Pythia says what you tell her to say. She has been your puppet for far too long. The time has come to cut her strings.
Oh, Leonidas, the days of heroes are over. You think your blood makes you special? If we opened your veins, it would spill to the ground and disappear through the cracks. You are no one.
You are more than welcome to find out.
Your fate is sealed, son of the lion. Xerxes will unite us. He will bring order to chaos.
Divide the Pythia and everyone you love. Everything you stand for will perish.
Gather the men. My king? Xerxes wants Sparta. She'll have to go through me.
Mom. Nicole was dead back then as well.
Incredible! Now, do you understand?
What must I do?
It's time we embrace our destiny. Both of us. If we don't stop the cult before it's too late, then all Leonidas fought and died for was for nothing. Our bloodline has risen to those who would enslave us.
It's time we rise again.
Well, well, well. Mother and daughter united in Sparta at last. And look at you. Goddesses among mortals.
King Pausanias, we're honored. I was sorry to hear about your father.
Yes. Our fathers would have been proud to see us here today.
You remember Cassandra, my king?
Who could forget? The girl who died to save her brother. Such a tragedy. An innocent child put to death because of an ancient, merciless law.
Ancient and merciless. Most Spartans live and die by these laws. But you sound more... progressive.
And you sound like you've been rubbing elbows with Athenians.
I've been to a symposium or two.
In any case, Sparta was weakened by losing you. Losing you both.
We're examples of why these laws must change.
Oh, I agree. But King Archidamos, if he could carve Spartan law across the chests of every citizen, he would.
Spartan laws destroyed my family. Spartan laws had me claw my way through the streets. We're here today because he defied those laws.
He did, and he lost his head for it. But we're not here to talk about the dead, are we?
We know Sparta reclaimed our house after what happened to my father in Megaris. We want it back.
Mind your tongue, child. You may not live in Sparta anymore, but I'm still your king.
We graciously request an audience with you and King Archidamos to discuss reinstating our citizenship and reclaiming our home.
Of course. There's nothing I'd want more. Archidamos, however, still hasn't forgiven you for the whole nose incident.
What can we do to sway him?
There's rumor of a Hilot rebellion, and the Kreptia are stalking the flames. Savagely killing Hilots, stealing livestock, and leaving corpses to rot in the streets.
The Cryptia represents Sparta's ultimate achievement in military training. Their discipline and fearlessness make Sparta's army the most feared in the world.
Once. But the Cryptia have become corrupt and bloodthirsty. And training boys to kill unarmed peasants is nothing to be proud of. Do you want your home back or not?
What I gotta do,
Good.
Habibi?
So the Ilots will no longer support the senseless slaughtering of their people.
And where would I start looking for these Cryptia?
One can be found in the fort on Zarax Point. Another was assigned to guard the Spartan leader's house. The third is more elusive. He was last seen in one of the villages west of Hilot Hills. He's definitely the loudest of the three.
My mother spoke of these Cryptia. What can you tell me about them?
They are the hidden ones. Hand-picked at an early age, starved and trained in isolation. They must steal and kill to survive. If they succeed at their training, they become the King's Guard.
But why have me kill them?
For years, the Cryptia kept the peace between the Ilots and Spartans. Troublemakers and threats among the Ilots were dealt with. But lately, these Cryptia have been killing men, women, and children without reason or mercy. Babies ripped from their mothers and fed to the wolves. The Cryptia have become a breeding ground for ruthless savages.
Is there anything I should know about King Archidamos?
Traditional, brutal, boring. Archidamos values the old ways over the
Archidamos.
welfare of his people. He sided with the elders that day on Mount Taygetos.
If killing Cryptia will get our home back, I'll do it.
Hey, time to murk some Cryptia, whatever their names are. This is the shortest this one. This isn't first.
Archidamos believes in the old ways. Won't
Hasmid
killing his
Allah
Cryptia
Habalaha
create
Hadith. I
conflict
can't even say now.
between him and Pausanias? I miss Kefalonia
Digamos.
sometimes. Life was simple. Even if Marcos was a bumbling idiot.
Yeah, get out of my way. Hold up, 1 second. What level is this quest? Okay. Time to kill donkeys to feed their bossman. What they realize I am the United descendant.
Do you know they can see the as devil?
I've been told that, yes.
But there is none.
You sure the way she was showing yesterday, I'm not surprised if there was any. Let's hope I can kill this guy very easily. But I know I'm going to need to fight if I do things. So actually, you know what? Let's take off some guys first. Let's do this. Full damage to Spartan soldiers. 4%. Hold up, who's there? Come on! Relax, shout it, mate. What do you need to shout? Huh? I don't want to.
I need to walk.
Oh! You are. Okay. Let's finish this. How did you see me? You weren't even looking at me. Hold on. Wow, of course there's a mercenary here. What's he saying? 36, yeah? It's all insane. Man takes more damage from assassination. Oh no, takes more damage from arrows.
Better take a look.
Oh, you seriously did I missed? How did I miss that? No way. No, this.
Somebody help me!
That did not hit me. Oh, she offered nothing. Absolutely useless. I ain't really interested. How much is to loot? Let's go back inside. Do you not want to steal? Thank you. Every dash me is helpful. mercenary gloves. Oh, that one. Oh, that was disgusting. But, can I fast travel to any of these places? No, I can't, obviously, like, you know. Actually, no, I can. Jeez. Why is fast travel not available on anytime inside? Defeated. Nina! Huh? Nina! Ah, fast traveling is so long. But it's quicker than riding, so you gotta do what you gotta do in it. Okay, we need to go this way. Actually, wait. Is there like a small boat I can start? Shit. Oh, that actually hurt me. Take commands. Jeez, we're cruising. Wind by our side. If we need to hold A. Stick close. As close as we can get, right? Yeah. You're close to your target. Pull it for this.
The Cryptia.
It's from here, not that scary. I thought that'd be, you know, because they're the elite of the elite. But
Listen up! I'm only going to say this once. Everyone shut up, or you eat steel! I'd be more than happy to bash your teeth in if you don't settle down!
We beg for mercy. We beg for justice. Night and day we slave for Sparta. They take everything from us. They treat us worse than dogs. They kill us without reason. We can't do this. Lord, we pray to you. We beg your mercy. We beg for justice.
Should be careful. High security here.
yeah, I think we did in the same bag. Now, where is this place? Where is this guy? Doesn't show me. Oh, it's in the island. Let's do that quickly. And go to the island. We're in the long way. Come on. Make life easy. Oh, this horse is struggling to catch me, man. Come on, Habibi, almost there.
Up here.
Hello, Habibi, let's go. Get some viewpoints and then kill the Cryptia. Wow, don't struggle, Habibi, don't struggle. It's very easy, just go straight. Seriously, Chris, relax. Making a lot of noise at the moment. Okay. Good. Whoa, please, don't tell me you can't climb that. Oh, look at this place, right? So nice. Now, it's time for us to go to the island. Until the last key. Alina? She's not involved right now. Nina! Nope. Doesn't give two doo-doo-doo bags. Hey, some babies, when we get there, I'll come back. So I'll see you there. What did you just do? Oh wow. I have you over here. So apparently it's a fort. That's gonna be awesome. Oh, I think this could be a super way to get in. We shall find out. I'm gonna to move. Maybe a battery. So green on the back side. I don't think this is worth. Yeah, this is definitely not worth. Like, am I confused? I bet you were not even in the fort. It's 72, it's even further away. Oh my god.
They'll be watching for
Hold
me.
up.
I need to be
What did
careful.
this shit do? Up, Cassandra, up. Like, not in the mountain, up. Okay, whatever. This is absolutely useless. Problem is, stop fighting, guys. Getting excited. And it's almost like never ending because then you got mercenaries that come. There's something here. Look. Even got here. I just need to kill that guy there. So, I'm not undoing this whole fort. Secret. Cassandra, you can climb that. Don't lie to me.
What's that?
Yalla, Habibi, come find out.
Guess it came from somewhere else.
Up to something. Oh, that's not gonna kill him. Why doesn't it kill him? Once it's 36, I can't assassinate the guy. Let me take a closer look. Oh, he's a fox. Can you jump? That's good. Who's watching me? Question is, how are you gonna get up here? If I change it to this death arrow. Wow, this does like no damage. Can I assassinate this guy? I do feel like other people find out. Hold up! How did my man see me? Just I'm fighting. Oh, come on, I'm dodging, mate. Hey! You know what? I'm running. Had enough of guys' shield. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Okay, wait, one second, I need to do this. And then I need to change to this. Where do you run to? Come on. I need to get rid of this first. Oh no. Oh, not involved. Not involved at all. Alright, let's just go. Not involved. Not involved. Press why I don't have a bounty on contracts. Okay, I guess that's done. So I will see you lot in the next episode. Adios!